The moment Alec Baldwin was informed Halyna Hutchins had died from her injuries was filmed as part of the actor's interview with the police following the film set tragedy. The Hollywood star, 63, was lost for words and visibly shocked when a police officer shared the sad news the mom of one had lost her life with him, after speaking to the authorities for over an hour believing the cinematographer was still alive. Halyna, 42, died on October 21, 2021, after the actor discharged a prop firearm on set of his now scrapped Western movie, Rust. Film director Joel Souza was also injured during the on-set incident last year when Alec, also a producer for the film, had been handling the vintage gun on the set in New Mexico when it accidentally discharged and ultimately killed the mom of one. The gun had been supplied to the 30 Rock actor by on-set armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed and was checked by assistant director David Halls, who is said to have told Alec it was loaded with blanks. In a police interview conducted shortly after the incident, Alec discussed at length the events prior to the gun being fired and planning his return home to New York City with two police officers, unaware Halyna had died from her injuries while talking. After over an hour of conversation with two female police officers, Alec begins to prepare to leave the station, telling the two officers he would be available for further interviews as they conducted their investigations. As the actor continues sitting at a table with the two police officers, one says, "I do have some very unfortunate news," to which Alec replies, "What?" "She didn't make it," the officer continues, as a visibly shocked Alec raises his hand to cover his mouth. The actor appeared to remain in a stunned silence, with his hand remaining across his mouth, for several seconds after being told the devastating news. The police officer who broke the news to him goes on to explain how they wanted the actor to hear it from them and not outside of here. As the two women ask Alex if there is anything they can do for him, he continues to remain silent, clutching his chest with his hand at one point, before saying he wanted to call his wife Halyna Baldwin. After being informed of Halyna's death, Alec took to Twitter to write, "There are no words to convey my shock and sadness regarding the tragic accident that took the life of Halyna Hutchins, a wife, mother and deeply admired colleague of ours. I'm fully cooperating with the police investigation to address how this tragedy occurred, and I am in touch with her husband, offering my support to him and his family. My heart is broken for her husband, their son, and all who knew and loved Halyna." In February this year, Alec was named as a defendant in a wrongful death lawsuit filed by the family of the late Halyna. The suit claims that Alec, alongside other defendants, failed to perform industry standard safety checks and neglected to follow basic gun safety rules while producing the unreleased movie Rust. Halyna Hutchins deserved to live, and the defendants had the power to prevent her death if they had only held sacrosanct their duty to protect the safety of every individual on a set where firearms were present, instead of cutting corners on safety procedures where human lives were at stake, rushing to stay on schedule and ignoring numerous complaints of safety violation, the lawsuit continued. The family of the late cinematographer is also suing El Dorado Pictures, Rust Movie Productions, and Short Porch Picture,